All right. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Tuesday, January the 2nd of the year 2024. My goodness, it's hard to believe that 2023 is gone. My name's Ivan Turner. I'm the founder of Show Me Marketing Solutions. But more than that, I am a serial restorer. I built two separate businesses, independently owned and operated, scaled them to where I wanted them to be, and moved on. And I've retired, but I also do Show Me Marketing Solutions. I've been doing this since 2007. And if you've never heard about me before, that's just a little bit of my background. So this program is not about me; it's about the listeners, and it should be restoration industry related listeners on this program. And somewhere down the road, I'm going to add some graphics, and I'll get all the cutesy stuff, some music, and I will be having guests on my podcast. But for today, I was just hoping to do an introduction and also to express to you my sincere hope that 2024 is the best year you've had in a long time. You'll notice that along the way you've seen the term, the title, Confessions of a Serial Restorer. And that's what this are. The series of conversations I'm going to be having are essentially confessions and stories through the 30 plus year of doing disaster restoration. And I would like to tell you that my stories are the best and the earth shattering. But anytime I talk to a restorer and I share a story, a restorer, especially those guys that have been in the industry for a long time, will knock mine out of the park. It's like they'll say something, they say, wow, I never I never had that experience. So anyway, that's just a little bit of an introduction. So today I want to start this off with one of the biggest topics that I think is important to all business owners across all different verticals and different industries, but especially in the disaster restoration space and especially environment. Guys and gals, if you haven't noticed, things are changing. More TPAs, more program work. Bigger guys are gobbling up the smaller companies. There's nothing wrong with that. Kudos to them. But if you're in it to win it, and you're in it for the long haul, then the subject I want to start off today with can affect you profoundly. And the subject is systemizing your business. But we'll just start with the basics of systemization. We all know this. You've all seen it with your own eyes, and some of you guys and gals maybe have started off working in a fast food restaurant. And we use McDonald's as the example in this story. McDonald's epitomizes the word systemize or systemization or systems or whatever you want to call it. When you think about it, a guy can own a McDonald's or own a chain of McDonald's stores and never ever, after his training, never set foot on his properties because he could be living down in the Caribbean or somewhere else. And yet, each of those outlets can, under the right management, can generate millions and millions of dollars a year with teenage kids. Now, remember, if you're at the age where you have teenage kids, you'd have to ask yourself, maybe you have confidence in your child. You think, boy, my kid's the smartest kid on the block. But would that kid be capable of running a multi-million dollar fast food outlet without systems? Well, the answer is almost always absolutely not. So today we're going to talk about the importance of systems and the benefits from systems for your restoration business. I'll start with a couple of the benefits. When you systemize your restoration business, you no longer are a slave to the business. You no longer have to be there every single day, every hour of every day of every week, and then some. Once your business is systemized, you can work on growing your business from the outside, not being a technician on the inside. And another good thing about, or another benefit of systemizing your business is if and when it comes time to be acquired, or time to sell the business, or time to pass the business on to your successor. And that's another whole topic, succession planning, but we'll talk about it on a different program. But everybody should have a succession plan for their business. But nonetheless, you'll bring more money in for your business when it's systemized. And I know this because I've dealt with a lot of restoration companies. A lot of these guys are my dear friends. I love them to death. But I've looked at their businesses from a consultant's perspective, and it was obvious that there was no system. So I'd always ask the same question. Well, you're selling your business now. Are you preparing to sell your business? What do you think the first thing someone's going to ask when they come in to look at it? Besides looking at all the books and everything else to make sure you're profitable, they're going to want to know if you have it systemized. So you're going to bring better money to the purchase. You'll get more money out of the sale if your business is completely systemized. That I can promise you. So once again, just always think about, when you think about systems, think about McDonald's for an example, how these outlets can be essentially ran by 18, 19-year-old kids. But it's because they have systems. All they're doing is running the system. They're not running the restaurant, they're running the system. And that's what franchises actually offer, are systems, proven systems in most cases. So I'm going to tell you about where I learned the art of systemization. And it was from a gentleman named Michael Gerber. And here's his book, if you've never read it, The E-Myth and the E-Myth Revisited, Michael E. Gerber. And this, guys, is the Bible of systemizing a business. So I want to tell you how I came to be introduced to Michael. I've always been a voracious reader. I typically read about 6 books a month. And that's just because that's just the way I learn best. But actually, it was during a class in 1998 called Strategies for Success, which was hosted by John Donne. I went to the class in Roselle, Illinois, and it was a 5-day class. It was a wonderful class, probably the best in the industry, and hopefully one day it'll come back. But nonetheless, it was Steve Tobiron, one of the instructors, and Steve's always been a kind of a unpaid mentor of mine. He doesn't know that. I hope he doesn't hear this, because he'll send me a bill for all the hours and hours and hours of mentoring he gave me. But nonetheless, point is Steve, during the on the 3rd day of the class, 5-day class, Steve talked about the importance of systemizing your business and how he did it with his own in a little town, I believe it's called Durango, Colorado. Don't quote me on that. The point, though, was, and I found this fascinating, was he told everyone in the class, and this class was packed. I think there were 50 or 50 plus business owners in this class. And they had these classes on a regular basis. So they've trained hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of owners, restoration owners, and technicians. So Steve had told the class, he said, the first thing that's going to happen to you, he said, when you get back home to your business, you're going to want to fire everybody. And of course, I was still relatively new in business at the time. So I just kind of let it, I marinated on it for a little while. But the truth was, I thought, wow, he just kind of exaggerated. Well, Friday after the class bell rings and it's time for me to drive back home to Jefferson City, Missouri, which was about a 7-hour drive, first thing I did when I pulled out of their parking lot was I called my ex-partner. And I told her, I said, I'm on my way home. I'll be home about 7 or 8 hours. And I said, when I get home, we need to talk. And of course, she said, well, you sound like you're upset. And I said, yeah, I am upset. I'm pissed. Well, what do we need to talk about? And I said, we're going to talk about, I need to fire everybody in the company. Everybody. So anyway, one more time. So you got to understand. So I had this 7-hour drive, and it was the weekend. So all day Saturday and all day Sunday, I spent in my office thinking about all the problems that my business was having, thinking about the same problems that were happening over and over and over again. And, like, there's my beautiful German Shepherd behind me, Apollo. But so I was having the same problems over and over, and I realized there's something wrong here. So Monday morning, 0800, all my employees file in, like always. I lined them all up. And Back then I was kind of hot tempered, but by the same token, I knew I had a major problem here, but I couldn't just simply blame it on them. I had to blame it on myself. But I told them all, I said, look, here's the deal, guys. I said, just learned some valuable lessons in these last 40 hours I was up in Chicago. My first instinct, I want to fire each and every one of you. And I can do that. Maybe I should do that. But I said, no, I'm not going to do that. Because at the end of the day, I'm responsible. I've had every opportunity in the world to train you to build systems and put you into the mode of thinking like a systems builder, and I didn't. So I told them all, though, I said, we've got 1 year, which looking back was a long time. I could have done it in probably 3 months. But I said, we have 1 year to write systems and procedures on everything we do. Some people call that the SOP, Standard Operating Procedure Manual. And in essence, it is. But the way I broke mine down was I told all my employees, again, I'm really talking to myself more than I am to my employees because I'm the one that had to make the change. So I knew the business had 3 parts. There's the 3 legs. We had the administrative leg, we had the operational leg, and we had the marketing sales leg. And the marketing sales leg was probably the most consistent out of all of them, but the administrative leg and the operations leg were not, they were imbalanced. So I said, we have 1 year to get this done, guys. And about 10 months into it, I said, if we don't have it done, you guys and gals ought to be looking for another job. But at the same time, I told them, I said, because I'm gonna have to be looking for a new business to start, because if we don't have this working by then it's time for me to cash out. So let's get to work. And we did. In less than a year, a little bit less than a year, my business was completely systemized. So I want to end with this. Make no mistake about it. Systems are a tool that will help your business grow to scale, will make your business more profitable, will make your business more worth more when it comes time to again pass it on to success or to sell or to be acquired. It'll also help you with your employees. Your employees will now have a structure in the business. And when the business has structure, employees are more likely to stick around because they feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves. So that's it for today. There's going to be a lot of we're going to do a lot of videos on everything restoration related. But I am going to ask you to do me a real big favor, if you would. You see this all the time. Never thought I'd have to do it, but if you would please click on the subscribe button. If you would like, share, and make a comment. Whether you like this or not, if you don't like it, I'm a grown man. At least let me know. Let me know what you'd like for me to talk about on my next upcoming videos. Until then, until next time, have a great Tuesday, and I hope this is the best, most phenomenal, exciting year in your business career. Thank you very much. Bye.